guys, and welcome to my July book haul. I'm going to start with the Kindle books, go into the middle grade books, and then go through into the rest of the physical books I've got, and a couple of physical comics as well that I bought, because I want to put everything that's sort of physical and booky in this one, and then I'll go into all the Kindle comics in another video, because I have discovered if I try to do it all in one great big video, it doesn't upload, so we're splitting into two halves again. So the first book I got was Empire of Sand by Tasha Suri, because this was down to either 99p or 1.99. Either way, it was really, really cheap. It was down like £6-7, and I'm not going to say no to that kind of thing, especially when it's such a really highly loved book. I've seen loads and loads of people talking about it. The cover is gorgeous, so I went for it. We're also just going to ignore that helicopter, because it won't stop and hasn't stopped for days every single time I try to film. If that's not going, someone is literally soaring or cutting grass or something, so we're just going to ignore it. Second book I got was Wild Magic by Tamora Pierce. Now this one is a separate series from Tempest and Slaughter, which I already own, but it's all part of the same sort of universe. I feel like she's very like Discworld in the sense that she's written loads and loads of books in the same universe about different characters. So while it was on offer, I decided to get it, even though I haven't read Tempest and Slaughter yet. So I want to read one of those, and then I've also got another one to read immediately if I really enjoy the first one I read, essentially. That didn't make sense, but essentially I've now got two Tamora Pierce books to read in the same universe, so if I like one, I can read the other one. I've also got Ewan Colfer's The Reluctant Assassin, which is a completely different series to Artemis Fowl, but it's that same sort of middle grade sci-fi type thing, and I think it's more wibbly wobbly timey wimey, which I am totally here for. I am here for wibbly wobbly timey wimey stories, especially ones by Ewan Colfer. And the last Kindle book I got was Exercise of Vital Powers by Ian Gregoire. Essentially what happened with this one is that I saw it on a list of black authors to read, immediately added it to the wish list, and then it went on sale like 3 days later, by which point I'd already forgot what it was about, but I now own it, so I can now read it, and I'm really excited to get to it. I've then also got Skullduggery Armageddon out of here, which is the bind up of 2 novellas and 13 short stories in the Skullduggery Pleasant universe, and I needed this one for the Skull Man along, which is happening right now. It's a Skullduggery Pleasant read along. I'll leave links to it down below, but it's basically running from this month onwards, and we're reading 1 or 2 books a month until we've caught up with the entire series of all 13 books. I'm so happy to be taking part. Being back in the Skullduggery world is amazing, and I love it, and I'm just really excited to get to this one, because I have no idea what's inside here, but I'm very excited to find out. And then I also got the next 2 Edge Chronicle books, which is the Winter Nights and also Clash of the Sky Galleons. I really enjoyed the Curse of the Gloam Glosa, and I need to read these 2 before I can get to the Twig trilogy, so I picked these up now because they were both going out of print and I wanted these ones so they all matched. And the final middle grade I got was Arusha and the End of Time. First of all, shiny cover is gorgeous. I mean, I am in love with this shiny cover, but this one is essentially what happens when Arusha ends up lighting the cursed lamp of Barata. I apologise now for that pronouncement, it was definitely wrong, and she ends up accidentally freeing an ancient demon and freezing all of her classmates and her mum in time, so she has to team up with like the reincarnation of 5 different brothers and journey through the kingdom of death while dressed in Spider-Man pyjamas. It just sounds really, really funny. It's appealing to me as well because Marvel nerd here. I literally am staring at my Spider-Man bedspread right now, so I totally get the Spider-Man pyjama thing. But I'm really excited to see what the Kingdom of Death and the God of Destruction is all about, because I'm just here for those types of gods and those types of stories. So I'm very excited to see where this one goes. I then also got the Library of the Unwritten. Now this one is all about what happens when a hero escapes from an unwritten book, which is in hell, because all unwritten books end up in a wing in hell, which just sounds fun, quite frankly. There's a lot of mine there, and yeah, this sounds like fun, because what happens is that it all ends up going wrong, and the head librarian who's trying to capture the hero has to team up with a demon to try and stop something that's going to threaten to reshape the boundaries between heaven, hell and earth. I'm here for this. Also, on the back of it, Shauna Maguire's actually put on it, it's like The Good Place meets Law and Order Bibliophile Crime Unit. This book is so much fun. I'm here for anything Shauna Maguire likes, quite frankly. I'm just here for anything Shauna Maguire likes. I have nothing else to say on that matter. Apart from I've also been on a Lucifer binge recently, so anything about heaven and hell and all the rest of it is just right up my alley. It's incredibly up my alley right now. I then also got The Queen of the Concord, which is a floppy paperback, which is fun, but this is also about Sigourney, who is a survivor trying to get revenge on the people who massacred her family. I don't need to know anything else. I'm here for revenge stories. I am completely here for revenge stories. I then also finally bit the N.K. Jemisin bullet and bought the 100,000 Kingdoms because this one sounded a hell of a lot less intimidating than the 5th season. Literally, I picked this one up because it sounded less intimidating. As I'm very scared of the 5th season. I'm not going to lie, I'm very scared of the 5th season. But I felt like for some reason the 100,000 Kingdoms was going to be an easier step into Jemisin. Don't ask me why, I don't know. But this is the one I picked and I'm really excited to get to it, if nervous, because it's Jemisin and everyone raves about Jemisin and I'm a bit intimidated by Jemisin, I'm not gonna lie. And the final paperback I got was Slay, and this one was described as Black Panther meets Ready Player One, which was enough to make me want to read it. And then loads and loads and loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of really good reviews came in. Everyone's been raving about this book, so I finally got it, and I think it was £2 off when I bought it, so bargain essentially, because I also got it with a Waterstones voucher point thing, so even better. I then picked up Kingdom of Souls. Now this one's all about a witch doctor who has no magic, so ends up exchanging years of her life for magic so she can solve the mystery of why children are disappearing in her village, which just sounds fun. I've heard so many good things about this book as well, so I cannot wait to get into it. And then the final things I got were 4 Thor comics. I have to think about saying that every single time, but that consists of The Unworthy Thor, Death of Mighty Thor, King Thor, and then also the Asgard Shi'ar War. Now all of these are part of one really, really big storyline by Jason Aaron, where Thor becomes unworthy, obviously, and Jane Foster ends up picking up the hammer, which sounds awesome, quite frankly. I'm just here for that kind of detail and that kind of thing, especially now that this storyline is being semi-adapted in Thor Love and Thunder, so I'm just here for it. And that's absolutely everything I bought, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up. Comment down below with what you thought of any of these books that I've just mentioned, if you've read them. I'll also leave a link down below to all of my social media if you want to check it out, along with the comic book sanctum, which I've just launched. You should totally check it out. I'll leave it linked down below. And if you want to see any more of my videos, please click subscribe here, and over here will be the link to my previous video. But until next time, guys, bye.